Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku. Deku, him and more of the magical members of the Justice League faced off against the Batman who laughs. Deku had a plan that was a trap, and it did not go accordingly because Diana Prince showed up. Wonder Woman showed up here, and she was very clearly insane. She teamed up with a Batman who laughs. He did something to her mind, and that was made quite apparent. She attacked members of the League and exposed Kara to red kryptonite. Supergirl then went on a bit of a frenzy. Diana was able to escape, and the Batman who laughs faced off against Deku after he did a number of things. Deku and Artemis tried to fight him. Deku wounded the man severely and sent him into retreat, but whenever they tried to chase him down, Bizarro and Lex Luthor showed up. The Batman who laughs also hurt Jaime Reyes the Blue Beetle very badly, but right now he's recovering thanks to magic. And Deku, he is also recovering thanks to Zatanna, using magic to enhance his healing. However, Deku and her, the two talked for a minute. He wants to learn more about magical arts. He wants to know more about ways to apply magic. He just wants to be able to fend off the Batman who laughs, save people, and help. Deku, however, had to make a bit of an agreement with Zatanna. He has to be nicer, and in exchange, she'll teach him more things. And Deku, he did agree. Now, the two, they went out and had a bit of a drink. And Deku definitely has a lot on his mind. Right now, though, he's about to do something he really doesn't want to do. And that is made quite apparent. Whenever, the next morning, Deku, he doesn't get up. Him gonna crawl out of bed, and right now gonna work out. Him putting himself through his own paces. Seeing where he does lie when it comes to physicality. And Deku, after he does get done working out, he does it to meditate. And right now Deku, he does it sit out in the courtyard. The area barren and silent. As Deku, he does go to somewhat focus. Him just sitting there. It's still pretty early in the morning. Dick is supposed to be here today. And if he's not, things won't go accordingly. There definitely is that. Do you have time to talk? Oh. Hey, Raven. What's up? Not much. I needed to ask questions about meditation. Along with that, you're supposed to be meeting with Dr. Fate this morning. Dr. Fate? Yes. Zatanna said that I should talk to you. I know I have questions, and I know Dick isn't doing too well. Yeah, I know. So, what's up? Listen, we're gonna sit down and express. She's been trying to employ some of the methods he's told her about. They have been helpful. They have been strange as well. Though, her trying to harness her rage instead of ignoring it, that seems a little dangerous. Doesn't he agree? No. Really? Raven, harnessing your rage. How about this? Harnessing your rage, it helps a lot, trust me. What do you mean? For Lazarus Madness, it's hard to explain. For me, it's changing again, but for Dick, it's aggression, violence. Whenever you want something, you try and stay calm. It's violence. You want to stay peaceful, but the nature inside your mind is twisted. For me, the Lazarus Madness is changing to something else. It's turning around on me, and I'm still trying to focus on that. Keep it in check. Though, it has regressed back to just being violence that I crave. Huh. So, what is it for Dick right now? Because the team's been trying to talk to him, but He's been strange. What do you mean by he's been strange? He's been evasive. He likes to jump back and forth between the House of Mystery and here, but I'm concerned about what that does mean. Does he talk to his team? Yes. He also spends a lot of time with Corey. Yeah, okay. He's trying to ground himself. Raven. Ground himself? Yeah. Listen, I don't know a lot about your guys' team, but work with me here. Who do you guys have? We got Gar, Wally West, we got Superboy, we have Artemis? The Amazon chick? No, no, Green Arrow's prodigy. Where has Green Arrow been? He's been in hiding ever since Bruce went off the rails. Bruce never had a contingency plan against him, and I'm not sure where he's been really. He's not been with the League. He has been with the League, but he's just been out there more. I think he might have been taken down by Bruce. That's not good. It really isn't. Her, someone gonna bring her hand up to her head. And Negative, someone gonna look up. I'm gonna watch. Raven's having one of her episodes, one of her migraines. And Deku, he actually is someone gonna stand on his feet. Him going to move forwards, bring his hands on the ground. I'm gonna bring his hand up to her shoulder. Okay, Raven, here's a good chance. What is it saying? No, 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 no. Raven? Raven, what is it saying to you? It wants me to hurt people. It wants me to kill. Okay, Raven, just stay calm. Look at me. Right now, Raven going to stare up at Deku. And while that's happening, somebody currently does going to walk up. And Deku, he does try to tell Raven, just listen to them. Listen to what they say. She needs to understand what the words mean. Then calm down. Focus on him. Okay? Just let them talk. Don't try to silence them. You need to hear what they say. I can't do this. I can't do this. Raven, listen to what they say. Then tell them they don't have power over you. They can't influence you. They can't make you do what they want. Okay? Tell them that now. Stop. Stop it. I'm my own person. Shut up. I won't listen to you. Right now, Raven going to try and think. She tells the voices flat in her mind. They don't control her. Trigon won't get into this realm. Trigon has no power over her, no influence over her. And she basically started to yell back at them. She tries to use the voice of a lion. However, she feels scared. Fact of the matter is, she feels her father push back, and it makes her somewhat shiver. But Deku is going to keep telling her, push back Trigon. Let him know this is her realm, not his. He already has his own hell to dwell in. And right now, Raven, she's someone who's going to look up. Her a bit more calm. However, Deku can still see her panicking a bit. And he actually is going to get onto his feet. I'm going to tell her. Maybe she should try to practice some more of the techniques he told her. He knows a few others, but he's got to review them. See if they might work on her. They're tailor-made for the madness of the Lazarus Pit. And she's not crazy. Yeah, as far as you know. Raven, I've been crazy before. It's not fun. Do you think that you're crazy? Yes. Okay, then how do you believe that you're crazy? Tell me what madness is. Madness is like Bruce. No, Bruce is chaos, Raven. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What you do is meditate and try to focus on trying to control yourself. This isn't something that you can control, though. Your emotions in check is a hard thing to balance out. And Trigon trying to get into your mind to upset that, That's him exerting control onto you, trying to force his ways onto you. So, again, he doesn't have power in this world, right? He doesn't, but his influence is, I don't care about his influence. He doesn't have power in this dimension. He can try, but he always fails. Thanks. I I honestly think I did need that. Right now, Raven going to float up into the air. Her going to move away quickly. And Deku does a turn. Him going to see Zatanna. Her actually going to walk up, asking him if he just had a bit more of a mentorship moment. I'm fine. I can tell that. What about her? How's she doing? Her father's still trying to get into this realm. Or Earth? Earth realm, I guess. Let's just call it that, since this place is... I don't really know where this place is. Listen. You said Dr. Fate wanted to talk to me? He does. It's quite urgent. Deku going to leave with Zatanna, and the two do go to walk down the path leading to Dr. Fate. Right now, Deku and Duga don't talk. Dr. Fate has a lot to discuss. There's a powerful plan he does have. Yet it is also one of the only plans to properly help balance out the world again. Because this world is off. Something is quite wrong. And that does mean a number of things. And right now Deku and Zatanna do go to stand there, walking to the room as Dr. Fate does sit there, him conversing with the Joker. Now, Deku, he does going to bring his hand down onto his holster and going to slip the leather piece off of the gun. Him going to pull back the hammer and turn off the safety as he is then going to lower his hand again. As Zatanna, she could see Deku raise his hand up to his gun. Right now, Dr. Fate going to turn, expressing about how that is not necessary. Not yet. What's wrong with him? Nothing. For all intents and purposes, he's been cleansed. Though it will not last forever. You're saying I'll go back to being him? The insane clown? That is your fate. You are destined to be that. I don't want to. I'm going to turn and tell Deku flat out, put a bullet in his head, please. And Deku does just stare on. It's almost a sick, twisted piece of pleasure Deku gets from hearing that. The Joker is sane and sound of mind now. And he wants to die. And Deku, he just feels that little piece of him tell him not to give him that. He needs to live with these actions. And Deku just going to stare at the Joker, as a bit of a smirk goes across his face. And Deku does tell him, going to step forwards. After everything he's done, he's got a lot to make up for. He might not feel responsible for it, but it was him who caused it. He was insane. He's got to live with that. So guess what? He's not going to kill him, but he wants to know why the hell he's even here. And right now, Dr. Fate does a turn to him, expressing to Izuku, of the many imbalances in the universe, this is one of them. Batman turning to the dark side is not a foreseen event. His fate was changed. And so is Izuku's. Izuku has been doing things that is upsetting the course of fate, and he needs to rebalance the scales. Otherwise, it could cause an end to their universe. Right now, the scales have tipped too far into the darkness, and they are in trouble. Heroes need to rise. That is quite apparent. What does Izuku think he can do? And Deku, he does look at Dr. Fate. The man going to bring his hands up and pull off the helmet of Naboo. Zatanna a bit more alarmed. Her going to step forwards and pull her father into a hug. Right now, Dr. Fate going to stand there, Him holding onto the helmet. Him going to look up to Izuku and express to him, Nabu wants to seek counsel with him. It's strange. Nabu sees that Deku's fate has been changed, altered many times, and now it's his turn to wear the helmet. You want me to put that thing on? I know enough about that thing to know I'll be trapped there if I don't take it off or I put that thing on. You can't take that off, right? That would be correct, but he will release you. You have his word. Yeah, not gonna lie. I kind of already deal with some rogue god already. I'm not trying to deal with an eldritch horror right now. Izuku, Nabu will release you. If he gives you his word, it's his word. Trust me. Against my better judgment. Him gonna hold it in his hands. As the helmet is gonna float up into the air. Deku is staring at that. It going to float above his head as Deku, he actually doesn't see it. Magical tendrils going to come down as Deku is going to close his eyes. And the helmet is going to finally cover him. And Deku, his body does going to burst out with a brilliant glow. Literally a Sailor Moon transformation. Now, currently, Deku, he does going to at least talk to Dr. Fate, finding himself floating in a void. Where is he? Your spiritual body has been separated from your physical one. You must be Dr. Fate. I am. Yes. So what am I doing here exactly? Now we do cut to outside, where right now Deku, he does stand there, motionless. And Zatanna, she is still trying to at least catch up with her father. Meanwhile, the Joker, he does want to turn and look directly at Deku. He can already feel the darkness in his mind. He knows it's still there. He's tried doing quite a lot, and currently he does at least try and talk out, trying to ask him if he's Izuku Midoriya, the kid he hurt for a long time. Right now the helmet gonna turn, and then when it does, the Joker just gonna jump in his seat. As Nabu, he does want to inform the mortal men in front of him. The vessel he is currently inhabiting is Izuku Midoriya. He has already ran through his mind, and he does what to say. The fact that this man brought him back from the dead and did not immediately put a bullet in his head does say quite a lot. Though the man is quite strange to him. Huh, strange. He wants to kill me? Thoroughly, violently, and slowly. Right. Uh, Listen, I have this letter. I'm going to turn. Grabbing it, I'm going to hold it out, expressing to him. People have told him stories, and there are things that he's halfway remembering but fully remembering in his nightmares. He wants Izuku to read this. He wants to know he wasn't always like that. And he has one for someone named Barbara who the Joker cloned a version of him, and that version of him hurt her. Yes, a great misdeed, a taboo. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was just trying to feed my family, my wife. She, she's dead. I lost my child. Your family still lives. What? you, 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 you're serious? When are the Joker gonna turn? He has an influx of emotion. Panic, shock, surprise. But then there's worry, concern, and then there's the question. How? And right now, Joker doesn't hear about it from Dr. Fate. hear exactly the reason why his wife left him. And that is a wound to the heart. Speaking of wounds, though, let us cut back to a wounded soul, Izuku Midoriya, someone who has pieces missing from himself. As Naboo, he does continue talking. He tries to explain. He tries to tell him exactly what is happening in the universe, exactly how far balance has been unsettled, and how the darkness, it will soon consume this universe if the scales are not tipped back into their favor. And Deku, he's quite alarmed. Naboo also does express, should there be a time and Dr. Fate is needed, he believes that Izuku, he will be his chosen avatar. Why? Because in the time to come, there will be much happening. I do not trust many people. My current vessel is something unique. However, in the event of my vessel's death, I wish to choose you. Yeah, not happening. I sort of like free will. No. Briefly, me and you will unite. I may be able to bond you and Zatanna together, and give you access to my full power. Show you exactly what I'm capable of. If need be, it may be what can help take down the Batman. Wait. You want to bind me and Zatanna? Uh, You want to marry us? Or, well, wait a minute. There's no physical. You want to bind our souls together? Uh, that's a way too invasive for me. It will only be briefly, and it will not be for eternity. You see, I sort of like being myself, but is it. What will she see? She will not see much. You two will be one, a new being, a new creation. However, there is much she will not see, much you will see. I will allow you to see, much you shall know. It is a power of that of a god, and you are saying no. I am. You see, not really too sure I should phrase this, but I'm willing to do just about anything to beat Batman. But this craziness, it's a little, it's bordering on a no. But it is not. It isn't. Should it be necessary? Sure. You have my word. You give me your word. How do you know? How do I know it is not that of a useless word? Because I know logomancy, what Jatana uses, is a few words you can respect. They're words of power. A man's word has power. A person's word should. You want me to give you a level of trust? Trust what I say. Trust me, and I'll trust you. It goes both ways, not once. You dare to speak that way in the presence of Naboo. Yes. Now, Naboo is going to release Deku. And Deku, he actually going to bring his hands up in the real world. Him going to pull off the helmet as Ren the Joker is sitting there sobbing. Deku going to turn and ask, exactly how long was he stuck like that? Hmm? Oh, um, 15 minutes. What's wrong with him? A few things. But he gave you a letter and it's on the ground. Hmm? Oh, they're going to bend down. I'm going to grab it, asking about exactly what this is. It's something that he wrote for you. But he wishes to know where his wife is, along with his son. They're good turning back, telling the Joker. Does he feel the darkness creeping back in to his mind? Hmm? Yes, listen. I'm going to bend down and turn. I'm going to set the helmet on the table before we're actually going to turn back. Him on his knee. Telling Jack, of the few things he's done in his life, he does need to remember. The clown fucked over a lot of people. The clown killed thousands. That's a fact. His family is safe because they don't know him. His wife knows what he turned into. If she sees him right now, what does she think she'll get? What does he think she'll do? He can tell her, reasonably and rationally, she will put a bullet directly through his face. That's what she would do. She would think that he's finally turned and come back home and found her. She's somewhere, and he started to say that, but he doesn't know where. His family is safer not knowing who he is. Because if the world found out the Joker had a family, they would be hunted down relentlessly. So Jack needs to at least keep one thing clear. He needs to stay away from them to keep them safe. And he can understand that. You possibly can't understand that. I have two sons. Right now, Zatanna looking at Deku surprised. What? You you have children? I do. I need to bring them here, Azrath. Keep them safe. Make sure they stay alive. I don't know if Bruce Wayne knows they exist. If he does know they exist and he tries to use them against me, I'll go ballistic. I know for a fact I'll lose it. Every ounce of sanity I have. I have a son with a very, very dangerous and powerful woman named Talia al Ghul. She is the daughter of a man who's been immortal for almost 700 years. Over that, possibly. I don't know exactly when he became immortal. Why are you telling me this? Because there's only. This is one of the only things that make us similar. Me and you. My other son, I don't even really know his name. I haven't been told it. His mother didn't think I should know. But he's being raised by assassins. Both of them. And she's a powerful mercenary. She still wants me to go home. You. That's a terrible pun. It's not a joke, Jack. I have a family, and I didn't even know my kids. My sons are both almost 1 year old. I think they probably are now. Listen, your family's safer if you don't know they exist, if you don't know where they are. I know it's not much, but know that you staying in the dark, it will keep them alive for a long time. If anyone ever does find out who they are, who you are, then I'll protect them. You have my word. You you said you don't know where they are. I'll know. Trust me. I'll know. Right now, Jack's gonna stare up at Deku. And Deku, he does a stand back onto his feet. I'm gonna turn as Zatanna, does a step forwards, asking exactly what Naboo talked about. And Deku just gonna tell her. He can tell her more out of this room. Because apparently things are strange. Right now, her gonna tell Deku. They shall go to the courtyard. She will teach him a spell that's quite useful to her. It's one of her favorites. And oftentimes, though, it can be used for anything. But mainly, it's a bit of a strange situation whenever you have to use it properly. What do you mean properly? Well, I'm going to teach you a spell called the Eldritch Blast. Afterwards, I plan to teach you how to use lightning. You're going to teach me how to use magical spells. Correct. Then we'll see where you are proficient with them. If Dr. Fate wanted your counsel, it does mean that there is a event of universal destruction near. Huh. No pressure, I guess. So, Hers are going to actually stand there with Deku. The two surrounded by nobody. We're going to ask him if he was actually telling the truth to the Joker. I was. I need to bring them here. But I don't want people to know they're my family. I can talk to Dr. Fate. I can see what we can do. I I know things are off and strange. But um your wife can bring your children here. She's not really my wife. Huh? It's a lot to explain, but I said I had two sons. You did. So, are things not good with her? Things aren't good with either of them. Oh, yeah. So, so you actually were serious when you said, your life is weird. You're a magician. I know, but this is normal to me, and my life is normal to me. Wow, okay. So, we'll try to teach you what we can, and I'll also try to teach you what I know about how I perform magic. Though talking backwards is going to be a little hard. Do you think that you can manage it? I know more than a handful of languages. I think I can get this. You sure? Yeah. Okay, so how do we do this? Susanna going to go through the steps. And right now Deku, he does stand there. Right now Zatanna going to show Deku how to do a few things. And Deku, him and Zatanna do continue to practice. Meanwhile, the Batman who laughs, he ran into retreat, licking his wounds. But that may not last for very long. Very soon, his little group will grow. I mean, he is a Batman, but a Batman always has to have a trinity, correct? Be a part of one? Right now, he does have a little trinity formed, but it's not the iconic one. It's not the one that you'd see plastered on the paper. It's not the big time who saved the world trio. Right now, it's Batman. The Batman who laughs with Wonder Woman. And then there also is Grid. He did a few things. Cyborg? Yeah. Well, the human parts of him died. Those robotic parts attached to a mother box? They could be useful. So what did he do? He did some things. He tore out the fleshy bits and replaced them with metal. And hey, he practically is Victor Stone, back alive, just not in the flesh. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.